Rain poured over Lincoln High that morning, washing away the chalk drawings on the front steps, but not the cruelty that waited inside. When Mia crossed those doors for her first day, she didn't know she'd leave them shattered behind her. Literally. No one saw it coming. The quiet girl with trembling hands, hiding bruises behind her sleeves, would one day turn around and make even the cruelest bullies beg for mercy. And when it happened, the sound of that stall door smashing would echo through the school halls like thunder, reminding everyone that sometimes the smallest flame can burn down an empire of cruelty. Mia Hale was the kind of girl who made herself smaller than she already was. She walked through the school halls like she was made of glass, silent, careful, avoiding eye contact. Her long brown hair fell over her face like a curtain, hiding the faint scar on her forehead. Most kids never noticed her, but some did, and they didn't like her silence. Lincoln High had its royalty. At the top was Madison Brooks, the queen bee, rich, confident, and sharp-tongued enough to cut glass. Her friends, Lexi, Harper, and Tessa, followed her like shadows, feeding on her approval. They ruled the cafeteria, the locker hall, and every whispered rumor. Mia didn't want trouble. All she wanted was to finish her senior year quietly, keep her grades up, and maybe, just maybe, get that scholarship her mother had prayed for. Her mom worked double shifts at the diner, often coming home with aching feet and tired eyes. Every time Maya thought of her mom wiping sweat off her forehead, she reminded herself, don't fight, don't break, just finish this year. But life rarely lets the quiet ones stay quiet. It started small. A shove in the hallway, a notebook knocked from her hands, snickers when she read aloud in English class. Mia took it all silently, until one day in gym class, when she tripped on her shoelace and Madison laughed so loud the whole gym turned to stare. Maybe next time learn how to walk, orphan girl, Madison mocked. Mia froze. That word, orphan, cut deep. Her father had died in a car accident when she was 12. Madison knew that. Everyone knew that. That night, Mia cried quietly into her pillow, but something inside her was shifting. She opened her phone and replayed the one video she kept hidden, her father teaching her self-defense in their backyard. His voice echoed in her mind, calm and proud. If someone ever corners you, sweetheart, you don't freeze. You breathe, focus, and fight only when there's no other choice. She hadn't practiced in years, but that night she stood up, tied her hair, and began again. Punches, kicks, breathing. Every movement felt like remembering who she used to be. The next few days were quiet, until the bathroom incident. It was after third period. Mia had gone to the restroom to fix her torn notebook. The place was empty. At least she thought so. Then she heard laughter, Madison's voice. Well, if it isn't Miss Invisible. Maya turned, and before she could speak, someone grabbed her hair from behind. Cold water splashed. Then came the slam, her head shoved toward the toilet bowl. Her scream echoed, but no one came. Lexi and Harper laughed uncontrollably as Madison held her down. This is what happens when you pretend you're better than us, Madison sneered. Water filled her ears, her vision blurred. Something inside her snapped. She gripped the stall's edge, pulled back with every ounce of strength, and broke free. Her eyes burned, not from water, but fury. Her chest heaved. The girl stepped back, startled. Ah, did the little freak finally lose it? Madison said. Mia didn't speak. She walked to the door, but they blocked her path. Harper shoved her shoulder. You're not leaving till we say so. That was the last shove they'd ever give her. Maya's hand clenched around the stall latch. The girls giggled, unaware that the quiet, trembling girl they bullied had trained under her late father, a military hand-to-hand instructor. Madison smirked. What are you gonna do, cry again? Mia lifted her head slowly, her dripping hair clinging to her face, and whispered, not this time. Then, slam. The stall door swung open, metal shrieking as the hinge snapped off its bolts. It hit Madison square across the face, and she crashed into the tiled wall. Harper gasped. Lexi froze. Mia's eyes were blazing now. She stepped forward, calm, controlled. Harper lunged at her, but Mia sidestepped, grabbed her wrist, and flipped her to the ground. Lexi tried to run, but Mia kicked the edge of the stall door, sending it flying into Lexi's nose with a sickening crack. For a moment, silence. Only the dripping water echoed. Madison crawled back, clutching her face, eyes wide in disbelief. You're crazy! She spat, trembling. Mia knelt down, voice calm but fierce. No, I'm done being your victim, and if you ever touch anyone like that again, remember this moment. She stood, turned, and walked out, Her shoes squeaked against the wet floor, her clothes soaked, but her spirit finally unbroken. Word spread fast. By lunch, everyone at Lincoln High had heard about the bathroom fight. Teachers called her to the office. The principal suspended all 4 girls, but Maya's record stayed clean. The school's CCTV footage showed everything. For once, people didn't whisper behind her back. They nodded with quiet respect. Even those who had laughed before now looked away in shame. Days later, as she walked down the hall, the same bullies passed her, heads down, avoiding eye contact. Mia didn't gloat, she just walked on, silent and steady. But one person was waiting by the exit, Coach Ramirez, the gym teacher. He smiled. "You've got control, strength and focus. Ever thought of joining martial arts club?" Maya hesitated, then nodded slowly. Her father would have smiled. Months passed. Mia trained, competed, and grew stronger, not just physically but inside. She learned that standing up for yourself doesn't mean revenge, it means refusing to be broken again. At graduation, Madison, still embarrassed, came up to her quietly. I'm sorry," she muttered, eyes down. Mia looked at her, not with hate but with peace. "Learn from it," she said softly, "because kindness is strength too." That night, Mia stood by her father's grave under the fading sunset. She whispered, "Dave." I finally listened. A tear rolled down her cheek. But it wasn't sadness, it was freedom. And though the world would remember her as the quiet girl who shattered the stall door, Mia remembered herself as something far stronger. The girl who learned that silence isn't weakness until it roars.